Hello everybody, today we are going to take a look at this SAL or SAL tricolour LED tube. So this is basically a new product that they've just brought out. Okay, so this basically replaces the single colour LED tubes. Okay, you might remember I've shown you some SAL tubes before in LED. Okay, but the ones I've shown you are just a single colour, so they can be so they were just either neutral white, cool white, or warm white, okay, and you couldn't change the colour. With this one, you can actually change the colour temperature of it. So this one here is basically a 3-in-1. So this one has neutral white, cool white, and warm white in the one tube. So that's done by a switch on the tube. Okay, so this replaces the single colour tubes, which I have some right here. So SAL, I think, are not making these now. They've discontinued them in favour of this. Okay, so if you take a look at it, it looks just like any other LED tube. The difference is that this one has this little switch on the side here. And this is what controls the colour temperature of it. So you can have it set to warm white. You can flick that into neutral white and down here to cool white. Okay, so that's what you do. And here we have the stamping on it, if you can take a closer look at that. SAL, okay, LED tube. Okay, and the part number has changed. It's now LT8/60, as in 60 centimetre. Okay, and it's TC for tricolour. Okay, so this one here does 3,000, 4,000 and 6,000 kelvins. Okay, which is the colour temperature. And it says here that the neutral white puts out the most, is the brightest, as where the warm white is the dimmest, and in the middle is the cool white. Okay, so it is a 9 watt and it's a type A. Okay, and as you can see there. Okay, it says there to turn off the power before switching the colour, but it turns out I've actually experimented with these, and it turns out it will still work even with the power on, so I don't know what's up with that. Okay, and the one thing I've noticed, they put the L and the neutral in the opposite way, so usually the live's on this side and the neutral's on this side, but it still works the same way. Okay, that's kind of very well. And then with this end is basically just a dummy end. It doesn't really do anything. Okay, so this is just like a shorty end. So, all right, and they've also redesigned the starters as well. So this is the starter that you get with it. They've redesigned this. What they've done is they've replaced the brass pins with stainless steel. Okay, and they've also changed the cap to green. They've also put 2 holes in the top here, so you can actually install this with the end of the tube. So if you've got a batten where the receptacle's a bit deep in, you can't get your fingers in, this is actually quite useful. And these are actually, I've actually put some of these in the Gold Hawks and the White Hawks. Okay, so it's kind of useful. Okay, but otherwise it's the same sort of starter. It'll work on the old ones as well. Okay, so there's really no difference. It's just a slight redesign, but otherwise it's still the same thing. All right, the tube basically goes in the same way. And this is a short one. I do have them in the longer calibre, which is these ones here. As you can see, these are the same tubes, just that they're long, so twice the length. All right, so what we'll do is we'll stick this into a batten. Okay, we'll use my Clevertronics batten here, so I'll take this tube out. All right, we'll just pop him there, and we'll pop this one in. Okay, I'll do it this way. So pop him in, twist it. What colour do we have it set on? Okay. I think we got it set to warm white, so let's turn it on. Here we go. Okay, now that's warm white. Okay, as you can see, that's the warm white colour. Okay, so to change the colour, you simply just flick this switch. That's neutral white. Okay, so now it's on neutral white. Now we flick it up, it's now on cool white. So that's cool white, neutral white, and warm white. So it's basically the same as those LED floodlights that I showed you earlier. The SAL floodlights, okay, the ones where you could change the colour of. It's basically the same as them. Okay, now they... Excuse me. Now they brought it over to their tubes, which is kind of nice. They haven't brought it over to their standard B22 or E27 light globes yet, but I do believe they will in the future. Okay, but this is pretty cool now that you can change the colour temperature, because my local electrical store did not have any of these in warm white, but now I can get them in warm white just by changing the colour. Okay, so to change it, once again, you just simply flick this switch down here on the end. Okay, so that's neutral, that's cool, and that's warm. Okay, so otherwise it still functions the same way. Okay, it's an LED tube. Okay, but you can change the colour of it. So depending on what colour you want, okay, depends on what you want. Whether you want this warm white colour, or neutral white, or cool white. Okay, so you can choose between the three. So that is basically all there is. So that's the new SAL Tricolor LED tube. So hope you enjoyed, and that'll be it.